Alright guys, welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Oh, hello Kelly. We had dinner. I'm guessing it was nice. I don't know. Wasn't there really. Let's get to exploring these planets. I believe there's 4 of them. Hito. While the ice mines of Viantil make a great deal of profit from ships passing through Fea's mass relay, the real money is made at Hito. As the only gas giant in the Fea Gateway system, Hito is heavily developed by rival helium-3 mining concerns. The world has 3 major and 26 minor moons, each of which is claimed by a different company. Those based on moons deeper into the gravity well tend to specialize on helium-3 extraction and refining, while those on the farther moons specialize in refueling services and shipment. The local economy is driven by black marketeering, backroom deals, and cutthroat business. Each company attempts to sabotage its rivals' facilities while protecting their own moon. This has led to open corporate warfare 3 times in the last century. All the major mercenary groups have offices in the Hito planetary system, though the Blue Suns enjoy a home team advantage, shipping in cheap logistical supplies from Zoya. Population 953,000. Capital? None. Largest port is Shoal Prime. Probably rich. Nope, it's poor. Okay. Well, honestly, screw the poor planet. I don't care. Let's get this tiny one over here. Viantil. Though a dwarf planet, Viantil's large amounts of water have led to heavy development by water-cracking industries seeking to turn the planet into hydrogen-oxygen fuel for starship thrusters. The surface is blanketed with habitation modules, mining equipment, and cracking stations. Since the initial settlement of Ilium in the nearby Tassili system, the radius of Viantil has decreased by 2 kilometers, indicating removal of over 72,000 cubic kilometers of ice. Some groups are concerned that the rate of loss may cause instability in the remaining structure. Population 10,400. Capital? None. Largest port is Kylios Station 4. This one's rich. Okay.
Probe launched.
Looks pretty cool.
Probe away. Launching probe.
We find out like at the end of the game, they go and it turns like the anything that comes from the minerals like in the universe is starting to collapse because you have just mined every planet in the system. It's like Shepard's ruined the world or the galaxy.
Probe launched.
May have got rid of
probe away.
Saren and whatever the big robot thing was called, I can't even remember. And the collectors, I'm guessing we get rid of the collectors by the end. But he has... he's taken all of the minerals. Why didn't anyone stop him? He said he needed to stop the collectors, I don't know. We'll leave it at moderate. Even smaller. Amane. Amane is a small cratered rock. Its crust contains various light metals, though none in any concentration worth the trouble of mining. While the rest of the Fea system has seen extensive industrialization, Amane lies fallow. Poor? No, it's rich. Okay. Whoa.
Probe away. Probe away. Probe away. launched. Probe launched.
Yeah, rich in freaking palladium, the
Probe
one
away.
we really need the least of.
Probe away.
Zoria. Mud, sweat, and spores is how Blue Sun's mercenaries characterize the planet that gave birth to their home office. This lush garden world is known for its heavy plant and fungal life, creating spectacular jungle zones over much of its 8 continents. Despite persistent problems with rot and rust, Zora attracts investors and corporations from all throughout the galaxy. Since it has exploited only a fraction of its potential resources, the Blue Suns dominate security contracts in Zoria, so much that residents describe them less like a monopoly and more like a conquering regime. Colony founded 2160, population 148 million, capital is Thune. Yeah, that's the last planet. Oh, we can't even scan it. Okay. Well, let's land. And we'll be taking Zaeed, however he wants to say his damn name. And I don't think the thing about Jacob is his powers. Loyal, yeah, no. His powers kind of suck. Like he doesn't have anything. I don't know. I guess I'll take him. Oh, Zeta's 4. He has an Inferno grenade. Let's save for that. Let's see, he's got the Matic heavy rifle. A collector? I don't know what's the best one. It's probably this one. Or this one. It's one of the two. His eyes are pretty cool. Liberate the refinery. Find the entrance to the
Tapping
refinery.
into Blue Sun's communications. Stay tight and look out for ambushes.
Alright. Anything over here? And usually, cause Z's is a DLC mission, just like Kasumi's. Now Kasumi's was actually pretty long. It's probably one of the longest companion quests we've had.
Squad Bravo, a shuttle landed near your location. Check it out.
Here we go. Keep close.
And I got lucky that I did Kasumi's pretty much right away, because
Shot in the back and left to rot. That's definitely Vito's style. Let's push ahead.
I had no idea that it was a DLC mission, or that you got the best submachine gun in the game, pretty much, from it, so yeah. Wonder if we get
Command to
anything
Bravo.
from
Take a
this.
position. Likely these people are not runaways.
A lot of monkeys.
Report to base. Armed intruders incoming at the southern checkpoint.
Alright, let's see, what do we got with Zaeed? He's got concussor shot and squad disruptor ammo. Whips through shields, okay. I guess we can use barrier on Jacob now. I mean, barrier's good, but
Sit down! Got it.
alright, buddy.
Firing concussive shot! Nothing's gonna hurt me now. Firing an impact shot.
Reinforcements incoming. We got your backs.
And the biggest reason I haven't really
Firing
used
concussive.
what we can use. No, he already used his shit. Zaeed, damn it. Gotta wait.
Shot.
PDA money. Oh, 6,000.
Firing an impact shot. Anyone else want some?
All squads, fall back!
But the reason I really hadn't used Zaeed or Jacob at all is they were just... They seemed to me, anyway, the least interesting characters that we had on our crew, so...
This is Commander Santiago. If any of you retreat while the intruders are still alive, I'll kill you myself. Now get the hell back out there!
Vito. Sounds like he hasn't changed.
I get the feeling you have a past with this Vito.
I knew he was a sadistic bastard back when we started the Blue Suns. The Suns only got meaner after he staged his little coup 20 years ago. So yeah, we have a past.
Why didn't anyone tell me you founded the Blue Suns?
Because it's not common knowledge. Vito wiped me out of the records. He ran the books, I led the men. Worked real well for a while. Then Vito decided to start hiring Batarians. Cheaper labor, he said. Goddamn terrorists, I said.
20 years is a long time to hold a grudge.
A grudge? Vito turned my men against me. He bait 6 of them to restrain me while he put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. For 20 years, I've seen that bastard every time I closed my eyes. Every time I sighted down on a target. Every time I heard a gunshot. Don't you call that a goddamn grudge?
You survived a gunshot to the head?
Yeah. And you survived your ship getting disintegrated. A stubborn enough person can survive just about anything. Rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
We'd better get moving.
They're at the southern axis. All squads mass at the gatehouse. Now!
They know we're here. Bring it on, you son of a bitch!
Did it switch to cryo? That was weird. But yeah, they just seem like the least interesting. And while their stories are
Squad Charlie,
interesting,
Delta, mass at the gatehouse.
you know, we have a bunch of aliens as companions, so obviously they're going to be more interesting than the mercenary human or the, you know, the, I guess military human.
Zaeed Masani, you finally tracked me down.
Vito.
Don't be stupid, Zaeed. I have a whole company of bloodthirsty bastards behind me, ready to kill or be killed on my command. Actually, take your shot. Give my men a reason to put you down like the mad dog you are. Again. What was that? Gone nearsighted, old friend.
Burn, you son of a bitch.
You just signed your death warrant, Masani.
What the hell are you doing?
Opening the gate.
We don't sacrifice lives for the sake of the mission. There's always a better way.
Like what? Wandering out in the jungle for hours looking for another way in. You want to waste time out here? Go ahead. I'm gonna kill Vito.
You're endangering lives and the mission for your own selfish revenge.
You really want to do this, Shepard?
I had to knock you the hell out. But thanks to you, we have a burning refinery to save.
Let these people burn. Vito dies, whatever the cost. This should take the heat off.
Did I get this one idea?
Now to put him down.
Wait, God, we have a codex. The veteran, Zaeed's Secrets. Founded in 2160 by the human mercenaries Zaeed Masani and Vito Santiago, the Blue Suns were initially a Skillian Verge protection racket. As they expanded in numbers and influence, the two co-founders disagreed vehemently, I can't say that damn word, on many issues. Finally, after arguing about whether to recruit the slave trading Batarians into their ranks, Vito ambushed Zaeed and shot him in the head. Believing Zaeed dead, Vito took full control of the Blue Suns and hired whatever Batarians he pleased. Soon he had crowned one named Solom de la Serra as titular head of operations. It was a move designed to placate his Batarian investors and draw fire from would-be assassins. It worked on both accounts, and the partnership has lasted to this day. Over the decades, the Suns grew into a fearsome combat force spanning dozens of planets in Citadel space. The Verge and the Terminus systems, knowing that a good logistical team is key to fielding an army, Vito diversified the Suns, selling arms, training, and supplies as often as taking contracts to crack skulls. Even when the Suns suffered heavy losses, Vito's entrepreneurial expertise ensured new recruits could replace the old. All that was lost was the truth. Today, only a handful of trusted mercs even know who Vito Santiago is, let alone his old partner, Zaeed. Okay.
Help! We're trapped! We can't get to the gas valves to shut them off! The whole place is gonna blow!
No time. Vito's probably halfway to the shuttle docks by now.
You're willing to watch these people die?
Damn right I am. We stop to help these people and Vito gets away. And if he gets away, I'm blaming you.
We're here to free these people. We're going in.
I knew this was a mistake. If we're gonna do this, we'd better get to it.
It's best we stand here for a minute and just stare into space. Circle. Is that, yeah. That's one. How many do we gotta do? Alright, it doesn't say how many, it just says to work through it. I'm getting a decent chunk of money from here, so that's pretty good.
The doors won't open until the fire's out! We're going to die! They'll save us, I know it.
That's what we're trying to do. Alright, we have up here. Okay, we have to go. Yeah, we have to go there. That was a dumb reroute. We got you guys. Be free. Oh god. But yeah, with Kasumi's mission, I'm guessing because maybe it was a DLC, it was on a logger of the
This looks interesting.
M451 Firestorm acquired. The following squad members are now able to use this weapon, Shepherd. It's a frickin' flamethrower. The veteran Zaeed's secrets. M451 Firestorm. Flamethrower is a product of human ingenuity, ruthlessness, and industrial espionage. Its origin dates back to the 2160s when human colonists to new planets used flamethrowers to clear vegetation or ice. The fuels performed erratically on planets with extremely cold temperatures and differing air compositions from Earth. Realizing this could be a problem for military units, Systems Alliance intelligence operatives stole the Turian design for the Hyrus flamethrower, a battle-tested workhorse that functioned in nearly every environment. The result was the Firestorm, an anti-personnel and anti-armor flame unit that can accept a variety of liquid fuels. The Turian design used low-octane hydrocarbons thickened with denture oil, which is taken from large marine animals similar to Earth's whales. Humans then reverse-engineered a synthetic composite with almost identical properties that could be fabricated from heavy weapon fuel cells using an omnitool. The result is a sticky spray that burns at approximately 1600 degrees Celsius, a less intense fire than plasma weapons, but covering a significantly wider target area. Adding to the trauma is the choking smoke produced by the spray, and if the target's armor is breached, the fires quickly consume the oxygen within. The Firestorm may not be the most efficient weapon in the System Alliance arsenal, but the sheer ugliness of how it kills ensures it is the most feared. Wow. And this is a heavy weapon, I'm guessing. Yeah. Thanks for staying there while I pull this out.
Trouble coming. Carry yourself.
You guys couldn't kill that one dude with a sliver of frickin' health. Alright, nothing over there. Power cells. How's this? Looks like a battle area.
First person to bring me Masani's head gets something special in their paycheck.
should take the heat off. Headshot. 12 o'clock.
Is that
I took your life. Now I'm taking it again. I'll take a knee now, Zaeed. Maybe I'll get this around.
Hi.
Let that loser die. You're alive.
Throwing up a barrier.
Zaeed.
Got no shield.
Get ready, Zaeed. Here. It comes.
Nothing's gonna hurt me now.
What the hell?
Incoming. Nice. That fuel tank's coming loose. Shoot it! Bring it down on top of him.
Better not be anybody else coming from in here.
This is nice. Get over here. We got company. Good shot.
Oh, come on, dude. We had to stand right under the thing.
Throwing up a barrier. Throwing up a barrier.
All they do is... Let me run, please. All they do is stand under that thing. I love it.
Get down, now! You just cost me 20 years of my life. Ah! Son of a bitch! Oh,
Zaeed, you alright?
the hell do you care? I'm fine. Now come on, get me out of this shithole.
What?
I'm not sure I need a man like you on my ship.
If you didn't need me, Cerberus wouldn't have paid my fee. I'll do what I was paid to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Now stop screwing around. Let's go.
You put your own goals ahead of the mission. That's not the way this works.
I've survived this long watching my own back. No time to worry about anyone else.
You're part of a team now, Zaeed. There's no way we can do this unless we're all working together.
You have a point. I'm not done with Vito. But I can put that behind me long enough to get your mission done. Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay, I'm guessing we'll get Vito in number 3. If Zaeed lives. Mission summary. Eldfell Ashland Refinery on Zora has been liberated, though the company will have to spend millions to rebuild. Although Vito Santiago escaped, Zaeed has accepted Shepard's command and appears focused on the mission. Got the Inferno grenade, launches a volatile grenade that explodes on impact, sending searing waves of flame in all directions. This fire damage is effective against armor. New outfits, doesn't show what it is. Got the flamethrower, 60,000 credits, 2,000 palladium. Hell yeah. Okay, Thea is done. We'll be doing we'll go to at least now, but I'm worried about not being able to come back. Cause you lose, God, I think you lose like everything when you lose fuel. Or run out of fuel, I should say. Let's go to Alista. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We got 5 planets. And Ziona is obviously the missions. Hisano is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. 200 years ago, an independent Volus prospector found the mangled wreck of a Prothean starship trapped within the trailing Lagrange point. Few artifacts from the wreckage have been recovered. The prospector, Lumen Creope, was canny enough to keep the Hulk's existence to himself. He sold its location to a Turian paleontologic technology firm for nearly 1 million credits. Since then, Hisano's Lagrange points, rings, and moons have been combined over by fortune hunters, seeking to strike it rich the same way. Thus far, no additional artifacts have been recovered. Poor, because people have already been doing stuff there, I guess, so we don't need to really scan the poor one. Miliel. Miliel is a common ammonia methane ice giant with 23 moons. It has no particularly distinctive features.
Launching probe.
Immediately to pour, so we'll back that one out as well. Odast. Odast has an abundance of heavy metals and radioactives. It is heavily exploited by mining concerns based on Ilium. 43 years ago, a council spectre arrived to investigate reports that the businesses were selling platinum, a strategic metal, to pirate groups in the Terminus systems. The results of her investigation were never released, but no deaths were reported. Population is 11,640. The capital is Joris. Rich. Surprising that a colonized planet is rich, but the other two were poor, and they don't have anybody on them.
Probe away.
You'd think it'd be mined out.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched.
Went from rich to poor. I don't get how that happens. Skips everything. Silice. Silice cratered surface is ancient. Parts of the highlands have been unchanged for nearly 3 billion years. The layers of overlapping craters stand as testament to the violence of the system's creation. Silice is tightly locked to Alista and has a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon, with helium occasionally blowing in via solar winds. Rich as well.
Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Alright, and lastly, Zeona.
I have detected an anomaly.
I know. Zeona has a thin atmosphere of sulfur dioxide and trioxide. Created by volcanic outgassing, there are traces of water vapor in the atmosphere, but over the last 5 centuries of observation, particle counts have decreased 4%. While not habitable by any spacefaring species, there is an abundance of native sulfur-devouring bacteria that thrives around the world's many volcanic vents. Interestingly, these bacterium bear genetic similarities to the native life of Ilium, suggesting either a panspermia spread of microbes via asteroids or accidental contamination of the original environment by careless spacefarers. It's rich.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched.
Alright, where is this anomaly? Oh, there it is.
Probe away. Scans have found something.
Scans have located the Hammerhead exploration vehicle and also show active data storage sites that may contain information as to the whereabouts of Doctors Case and O'Loy. It's land. Let's see, we have... Well, I mean, I like the red. We'll see what his extra power is as well. Oh yeah, the grenade, we'll level it up. Let's take Morden. I don't know if there's a certain squad member I should be putting on this, but dang it. Morden has 2, but we're saving for either Cryoblast or Neural Shock. Okay. So Project Firewalker, Rosalie lost. Cerberus Project Firewalker has reported that a survey ship has gone missing near the planet Zeona. The ship was carrying researchers in a prototype planet-side exploration vehicle when it went missing. Cerberus has asked that the vehicle be recovered and that any signs as to the whereabouts of the researchers be reported. Find any sign of the whereabouts of the... Let's see, just a marker.
I don't think the ship is safe. We've run into the geth far too often. I'm going to stay at the next site with Dr. Aloy. I think we'll be safer there.
Okay.
Systems online. Welcome to the M44 Hammerhead Infantry Fighting Vehicle. This is your onboard VI.
Oh god. Species vehicle, special vehicle is the Hammerhead. M44 Hammerhead Infantry Fighting Vehicle is a highly maneuverable Mass Effect assisted armored vehicle. Using 3 solid fuel rocket thrusters instead of wheels, the Hammerhead hovers over the battlefield at up to 120 kilometers per hour, allowing it to maintain formation with swift armored units, skim across calm water, and evenly terrain obstacles. Backup micro boosters guarantee locomotion, so even destruction of 2 main thrusters leaves the vehicle capable of full mobility. The Hammerhead retains most features of interplanetary fighting vehicles: an airtight interior, 360-degree kinetic barriers, and a guided missile system ensuring accuracy during aggressive maneuvering. Its electronic countermeasures extend to laser detection, chaff, active thermal masking, and ground-penetrating weapons sniffing radar. The Hammerhead's navigation control emulates that of tanks, so tank drivers can operate Hammerheads without additional training. Factory-issue Hammerheads therefore have no altimeter or similar sensors and are best used at the standard cruising altitude 2 meters off the ground. Okay.
Caution. Guided missile system active.
What the hell?
Mission objectives located. Acquired.
Remember, this one's a DLC as well. Okay. Where the hell do we go? Can I go over the lava? Oh. For a limited time.
Take a look at that.
Obstruction detected. Recommend using conventional weapons to clear path. Path is now clear.
Boost through fire. This is weird. There's no like when you press the marker that will give you a point of where to go for your objective, that nothing happens, I guess, when you get up there. And there's no map.
Found it.
bit of extra money? Found wreckage of freighter MSV Rosalie. M44 Hammerhead acquired. Recovered research data. Some experience. We only gained 15,000 credits, so it's like we didn't gain a lot. Unless the research data, you know, is important. Okay. Oh shit. I dropped my phone. Okay. Whoa. Project Firewalker Geth Incursion. Data reveals that Dr. Case was interested in the anomalous weather patterns on the planet Latish. He has scattered probes on the planet's surface in the hope that the unnatural atmospheric conditions might be related to Prothean technology. If Cerberus could recover the data from those probes, it could shed some light on Dr. Case's research. Project Firewalker. Survey sites located. Data shows that Dr. Case had stopped on planet Korang to run tests on artifacts found on the planet's surface. Recovering the data he collected could lead Cerberus to discover Dr. Case's last known location. Volcano Station. Data taken from Ziona reveals that Dr. Case established a research station deep inside the active volcano on the planet Korumto. Dr. Case believed that the volcano hides an extensive Prothean ruin. Whether his hunch was true or not, the station should contain data that will lead to Dr. Case's whereabouts. Caution is advised. We have a lot of side stuff. Okay, and is this side stuff on here? It's not looking like it, to be honest. This is the one we want to save for last. Oh no, it is Firewalker. Okay. So 0%. They're all at 0%, I believe. Omega Nebula is at 95%. What the hell? Recapture freighter. Okay, so let's do that real quick. That's probably like a new thing. Larkin. This freighter. So 50%, because the freighter just got there, I'm guessing. MSV Strontium Mule. Derelict ship detected. Derelict ship registered MSV Strontium Mule, visibly damaged from weapon fire. Ship is not responding to hails despite life signs aboard. Transmissions using known Blue Sun's encryption detected. Airlocks are sealed, but the ship can be boarded through an emergency hatch in the cargo hold. Let's board it. Let's see, we'll take Zaeed because, again, I want to use his grenade. Four. She has pull. I'm not really interested in pull. Warp ammo. Absorb biotic energy into heavier damage against health, armor, and biotic barriers. Sure. What'd she use? Assault shotgun. The eviscerator and Geth. The Geth is pretty good. Okay. Use your warp ammo, I guess. Alright, Inferno grenade. Right there. They're all shoot.
Fire!
There we go. Nice. Merc transmitter. Dax, that incoming ship isn't leaving. Looks like the fools are moving to board. The airlocks are sealed. We don't waste your time. Get a team together and be ready to welcome them to our cargo hold. Blow them out the cargo bay doors when you're done. Captain Voris.
What the hell were they doing here?
I don't know. Airlock security console. All airlocks are sealed.
See anyone else here?
Hub security console.
Gotta be a way in. Done.
Don't know what it does though. Jakir, you've seen the stash they pulled from cargo? We get that open and we're living the high life for months. Sergeant Bortis took the canister topside while Voris went to pry the codes from the ship's captain. Man, I wouldn't want to be that guy. Hawkins. Okay, so we got... go there. Go there. And we can go here. Okay, so it's basically saying anywhere. Maintenance records. FTO drive damage and repaired with substandard parts. Risk of complete failure is elevated. Oh god, Jack, get out of there. That's nothing. Stop it.
I don't know who the hell you think you are, but step 1 foot on the bridge and you'll pray for a quick death.
Okay, so that's obviously the way to go. God damn it. Security lockdown in effect. Seek security console to override. I'm so glad they don't have this type of... Oh, hi guys. How you doing? I was seeing his health bar while shooting at the dead guy.
What the hell happened here?
Looks like they burned people. But yeah, I'm so glad games really don't use that system anymore with the cover.
Grabbing cover! Open fire!
I need to get out of here.
Point direct fire!
Hell of a shot. Nice shot.
Okay. Kurtz, heads up man, those intruders are still alive and fighting their way through the ship. They have Commander Shepard with them. You better get your men ready to fight. Bordas has something up his sleeve. He's got that canister full of loot, and I think he's planning to do something to Vorus. And take it for himself. Wouldn't be surprised. Bethor. Man, they write this stuff down fast, don't they? Engine room main control. FTL drive inoperable. Cool. I guess we're full on heavy weapon stuff. Alright, last door. Wait a minute. We've been in here.
Going to cover!
Yeah, we've been up there and everything. Okay, so...
Right between the eyes. Ha ha! That was pretty.
Security lockdown in effect.
Gotta be a way in.
Bridge security console. Okay.
Done.
Grabbing cover!
Communications relay inoperable. need a cryo.
This'll put him down! Ambush!
Mark transmitter. Vortis, you men better be ready. I hear the intruders making their way here, and you better be ready with backup. The captain was not forthcoming with information, but I found his codes in the ship's black box. We'll get that canister open, but first we have to kill these intruders, Captain Vortis. Ship's main log. This is the final entry for Captain Jarrett Barnes, skipper of the MSV Strontium Mule. If you're reading this, I and my crew are dead. 2 weeks ago we answered a distress signal. It turned out to be a Blue Sun's trap. We managed to escape but sustained heavy damage. Do not approach the coordinates in this log. If you find the canister in our cargo hold, you are welcome to its contents. The authorization codes are encrypted in this log. Authorization code decryption complete. Okay. Well, let's go to that, I guess is that the other locked door we found. Just have to remember where that damn door is. Well, it didn't work very well, buddy. Alright, well, let's see if we can go get it. Oh, we weren't in here. Jakir, this is it. Get your men under control and ready to move. The intruders are the key. Once they hit the bridge, Voris will call for us. Do not answer. The intruders will take him out for us and we'll get the codes to this canister ourselves. At that point, take out anyone on your list. The fewer men left, the bigger the prize for each of us. Sergeant Bortis. Well, that didn't work for you. Didn't work, buddy. iridium. Research docket.
We can use this.
Heavy skin weave, hell yeah. Payload. Oh, was this the door that was closed? Let's just make a quick run through and find out. Because if so, all we really got is a heavy skin weave and a little bit of ammo. Or money. There's nothing else up there. Oh, here we go. Just one medical thing. Okay, yeah, I guess that was. That ended, I guess. Oh, we don't get it until we end it. Okay. Sensitive intel, Cerberus upload commencing, defeated Blue Suns, prevented looting of disabled freighter, MSV Strontium Mule, recovered substantial payload from MSV Strontium Mule. We got the heavy skin weave, Shepard gets plus 40% health, 7,500 credits, 2,000 iridium.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Oh, Blue Sun's ambush site detected. From Cerberus Command. We've started going through that intel. Fine work, by the way. And we discovered the location of the base where the Strontium Mule fell into the Blue Sun's trap. The Blue Suns are indeed using false distress signals to lure merchant freighters near their base with the intent of capturing and raiding those vessels. If you can get out there and shut down their beacon, it'll save a lot of merchants a lot of distress. It'll also strike a blow to the Blue Suns as a whole. The base is on planet Sanctum Decorus system, Sigurd's Cradle. We've uploaded coordinates to your galaxy map. Thank you. From Leslie. I am Leslie. I was on Aya. The food made me sick. The doctors are helping me now. One doctor knows Jacob. He says he can tell you this. He could write this for me, but I want to do it. I need to use my words. My words are coming back. I can talk well. Reading is hard, but I am getting better. I have to get better. Taylor wanted me like this. He wanted my words gone. I have to show him that he lost. I am not weak. He did things to me, and he can't now. He can't take away my words. He can't make me not me anymore, because you and Jacob stopped him. Thank you, Leslie. Prototype recovered from Project Firewalker. Good work on recovering the hammerhead in one piece. Commander, it will prove useful. Also, the data you recovered from the MSV Rosalia's emergency beacon contains significant intel on a few planets that Dr. Case and Dr. O'Loy investigated. Edie has added the locations to your galaxy map. We hope that one of them leads you to the Prothean site. Despite Dr. Case's obvious instability, he's proven to be a brilliant and dedicated scientist. If you salvage more of his logs or journals, it would greatly help our efforts. We still don't know how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case, so be careful. Alright, let's go see if there is... because we probably have to research the skin weave. Yep, heavy skin weave 4 of 5. why I keep going the long way.
No message. I noticed the fish tank up in your cabin. If you'd like, I could feed your fish while you're away.
I'd appreciate that, Kelly.
It's my pleasure. Anyway, what's up?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
I better go.
Okay.
Hell
Maybe we'll talk later.
yes. Let's just make sure we don't have to feed him this time. Ah, so Kelly can feed our fish while we're away. And they're dead. How are they dead? Well, no worries, Kelly, because they're all dead. What the hell? I don't... Did I feed them too much? Do I only feed them after main missions or something? It's pissy. I'm not buying any more fish, they just keep dying. Okay. I guess what we can do... We could work our way this way. So we have... the one thing here. Go counterclockwise. Oh, Yakawa. Firewalker, recover the data. And it's of course the furthest one away. Just making me use all my damn fuel. Alright. This looks like a insane planet. Kobayashi. Isn't that a food? Or something? A hydrogen helium gas giant, Kobayashi has a faint ring system, a rust belt, of decrepit refueling stations and abandoned habitats on its moons have attracted Vorcha, Krogan, and other ne'er-do-wells. Living a hand-to-mouth existence with no garden planet supplying them, they trade helium-3 fuel and recycled waste products to survive. Kidnappees from Maskawa are typically brought to Kobayashi to be released or sold as chattel to out-of-system slavers. Travel advisory: law enforcement authorities of Maskawa categorically state that their effective range does not extend as far as Kobayashi. A statistically significant number of distress signals have been broadcast from within the 1 million kilometer mark of Kobayashi. Civilian traffic is not advised. Moderate.
Probe launched.
I mean, this just looks like a deadly planet. And with not much. Maskawa. A dense rock planet, Maskawa has a thick methane ammonia atmosphere because of its similar conditions to the Volus homeworld Irun billions of years ago when it first formed life. A large Volus university, the Ten Clan Academy, hosts symposia on the planet's surface. Unfortunately, despite their security precautions, pirates, organ leggers, and slavers throughout the terminus systems have learned that kidnapped students and professors are a source of easy money. This only adds to the university's reputation as a visit or tenure at the academy is a clear mark of commitment on any scientific resume. Population 4,250, colony founded 2098, capital is Sahim. Rich.
Probe launched.
Nice purple color.
Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away.
Nambu, a hydrogen-helium gas giant, Nambu has an extensive ring system but only 20 moons. Comparatively few. Its moon, Sumiko, is the smallest moon known to be tectonically active in the Milky Way, covered with bright factures. Visitors of Maskawa often take advantage of Nambu's refueling platforms. Moderate.
Probe away.
I was gonna say there has to be a tiny one I can't see. Cicada. A large Venusian hothouse, Cicada's rough weather and active magnetosphere has a reputation for confounding or destroying space probes launched to investigate it. What has been discovered is that its dense atmosphere is largely carbon dioxide and sodium, and its surface lime. Its magnetosphere suggests an iron-rich core, but its heavy gravity precludes most development. It's rich!
Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away.
It's crazy that iridium has almost caught up to palladium. Alright, and lastly, Kurumto.
I have detected an anomaly.
I know. An undersized planet wrapped in an impermeable haze of carbon dioxide and ash, Kurumto is an unforgiving place. Earthquakes, volcanic gases, and shrouds of dust have prevented any major settlements. Its sulfurous crust has yet to produce resources of interest. Good. I'm guessing
Probe away.
that we'll be using that ship thing on these missions.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Probe away.
There it is.
Probe away. Probe away. I have found something.
Alright, anomaly detected. Research station detected within volcano on planet's surface. The research station's data storage systems are still active and may contain valuable information. Warning, volcano is unstable. Advise extreme caution. We're gonna land anyway. That's what we do. We land in volcanoes. Sorry about that noise. The thing I was drinking hit the mic. Oh, she has 4. Overload? Yeah. Screw a flashbang. Who needs that? Why does she not have the locust? Yep, we'll be using that. Okay. Thought so.
Primary systems online.
Search the volcano for research station
Adverse
established by...
geothermal activity has rendered pathfinding function inoperable. Please use manual controls to locate research base.
Okay, well that's gonna drop us off. There's a thing to research, I guess. Is this just gonna give us minerals? Because I'll be honest, I don't need them. I need money.
Extraction complete. Warning. Area compromised due to unstable volcanic activity.
Well, we have another one that I saw at the top, so. Over there.
Mineral resources detected.
Barely made that.
Extraction complete.
Alright, we can go up. We're down here. I don't know where to go, to be honest. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff over there.
Extraction complete.
Okay, so we can go down there. It looks like that's probably where we have to go. I'm honestly not sure if we can get back up. Let's see. since it wasn't even as high as the highest one we've gotten to. Like we couldn't get from there to here, but weird. Came out of, okay. I'm doomed. I wasted so much time doing that. I heard that the Firewalker DLC was pretty boring. And so far it does seem like they just put it in to be like, we need more content or another DLC. It's just like busy work or something.
Research base entrance ahead. Extraction complete.
I wouldn't assume there'd be anything to fight. Datapad. Dr. Case's log number 1. We have detected a site of incredible significance located beneath the volcano. The unpredictable terrain will make retrieval of any data extremely hazardous. Money. Not much. Wow. That's where we came from. Computer count.
I was right. This site was a roadmap leading to the main Prothean ruins. Dr. Aloy and I agree that this must remain a secret at all costs. I will not allow another Eden Prime to occur. The Geth, the Reapers, all of them, they must be stopped.
Okay. Some iridium. Got terminal and sensors. Dr. Case's log number 2. This hellish planet is a star map that points to a Prothean site of major significance. Dr. Oloy and I have mere hours to retrieve all we can before the conditions become too dangerous to continue. We learned too late that the local volcanic stability is magnified by our power grid. If we only had more time to study this, I'm sure the key to unlocking everything is here. Everything. Damn this planet.
Activation of research-based power grid has triggered additional volcanic instability. Recommend immediate departure.
Time to go.
That was loud. Super loud. Oh, we actually have to... I was hoping it was just like animal.
Please keep limbs inside vehicle at all times during operation.
I think we have died.
Damage sustained.
When you're going fast, you really you can't jump up, really. Or you can, but it's like a super tiny jump. So don't go fast if you're planning on jumping. Really, it takes us back to where we have to have an immediate loading screen instead of just doing it. Dumb. Go fast here.
Extraction complete.
Okay. Data recovered from research station. Dr. Case's location discovered. Landing party extracted from volcano. Other than that, not much else. Prothean ruin. Then these next two have additional things, so... Hopeless. Oh, guess that's probably a fitting name. At least it's not a mile away. Pretty sure we used more money refueling than we got. Aegis. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Aegis was the site of an unparalleled cosmic event roughly 1.8 million years ago. An extrasolar body about 200 square kilometers in size was drawn into Aegis' gravity well and struck the Jovian planet, blasting enough dust and material into orbit to create a ring. An urban legend has grown over this event. The story goes that if the extrasolar body, usually called a comet, was unaffected by the gravity well of Aegis, it would have coincided with an orbit of Trident and created an extinction-level event on the planet. Prevailing scientific opinion holds that this is an exaggeration at best. Moderate.
Probe launched.
The funny thing is that vehicle for that came with that DLC was like, hey, it seems to be like, hey, if you don't have enough minerals, we made a DLC so that you can get some more, but you get so little, and you get so much just from doing this, and it takes less time, that it just, I don't know, it seems pointless. Hopefully the actual, like, ending to that mission has some significance. Teleria. A rock with all traces of atmosphere burned away. Teleria orbits the star Hopeless at a blistering pace every 36 days. Though tidally locked, even its twilight belt and shaded side are too barren to support life. With so many sources on its sister planet, Trident Teleria has largely been ignored by the galactic surveying community.
Probe launched.
And then the DLC also adds, what, 3 or 4? Or no, it might actually just be 2 new
Probe launched.
solar systems, because the other 2 that we have to go to after this have other side things to them, so they might have already been there. But up to 4 extra solar systems where you can mine planets, but none of the planets really have much. Trident. A human-dominated world with over 95% of its surface covered by salt water, Trident is home to a dazzling array of life. The oceans are filled with creatures ranging from tiny bivalves to mammoth vertebrates, unequaled even by Earth's whales and ichthyosaurs. Small archipelagos create what little land there is, and its valuable real estate is fought over constantly. Underwater extraction operations have recovered a number of valuable minerals from the ocean floor, including iridium, uranium, and dust form element 0. A largely lawless world, Trident is home to a rogues gallery of unethical corporations exploiting the resources of the planet and actual rogues. Criminals, slavers, and mercenaries working the shadows. Travel advisory. Due to extreme weather conditions, all traffic to the surface is grounded. Trident Spaceport Control predicts this condition will persist until the end of the hurricane season. Colony founded in 2144 CE. Population 6.8 million. Capital is New Costati. So this sounds like a planet that would be cool to visit.
Probe launched.
They could make like some big underwater thing.
Probe away.
Where you're exploring, like they could have an underwater base like in
Probe launched.
Sphere and, you know, these sci-fi movies, and it'd be really cool. Oops.
Probe away. Launching probe.
We now have 3 of our minerals over 700,000.
Launching probe. away.
I know we won't get to 1 million on either one of them, but it'd be crazy if we did. Especially since I'm not really mining like crazy like I was. I'm kind of taking a more leisure approach to it. Makira. A small rock planet, Makira's thin atmosphere and high albedo keeps it from being much hotter than it is. The crust is high in sodium oxide, giving the planet a whitish tinge. Rich.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe.
Okay, and lastly, Copus.
Anomaly detected.
I know. Makira's largest moon, Copus, is a desolate place with an extremely thin atmosphere. Its crust is largely silica-based, and there are no signs of water. Like its parent planet, its high albedo keeps it from being a total inferno, and when occluded by Makira, its temperatures can be nearly tolerable. Its low gravity can easily be countered by a vehicular or personal mass effect field for comfortable exploration. It's also rich.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Alright, well, we know where it is.
Probe away. Probe away.
Alright.
Launching probe. Something on our sensors.
Anomaly detected. Prothean artifacts detected on planet's surface. Artifact site is protected by a powerful energy barrier. Scans detect muted mechanical signatures consistent with hidden automated defenses. Let's land, and we'll see if we have time to do this. If it takes us past like 2 hours and 10 minutes, I might have to save and end it, so we'll see. Oh yeah, I was like waiting for a screen or something. Who could level up? Grunt and Tally, or let's take Samara. Let's see, Pull or Reeve? Let's do Reeve. Incendiary ammo fortification. A brief but massive boost to your armor. Let's see, he's got the battle rifle. Is this exclusive to him?
conventional weapon capability. Recommend disabling power sources.
What the shit?
Kinetic barrier strength reduced.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what? Red. Oh, we got only 0 here. Oh. I don't think we should run them over. I was like, you can just run these things over. That's super easy, but no. Let's not do that. I don't know if it leveled them up or not, so I guess I'll take them again. Who the hell was it? Grunt. No, it didn't. Okay. Whoops. Whatever.
Kinetic barrier detected.
Oh, you can't do anything with the squad? Okay. Like, where's that
Kinetic
health
barrier
on,
strength
health on
beyond
this thing?
conventional weapon capability. Recommend disabling power sources.
Dumbass thing.
Kinetic barrier strength reduced. Kinetic barrier strength reduced.
It went through it. It's not very accurate.
Kinetic barrier strength reduced.
How the hell do you get up there? shooting, drive shooting. And you don't get much story out of it or anything. Or even anything useful. Like, we get minerals or elements or whatever. But we don't need them.
Kinetic barrier strength reduced. Kinetic barrier deactivated. Path is clear.
Like, hopefully there'll be something really cool. Alright, we can do our squad now. There'll be something cool that we get at the end of it that's worth it. But as of right now, we don't get anything that we need or want. The site is spectacular. Time, however, has proven to be the real enemy. Even with those Blue Sun thugs hired to protect the dig site, we barely managed to erect the shield before the Geth arrived. How can they know our movements almost before we do? Am I beaming my thoughts directly to them? I must find out how they are doing this. I shall ask Dr. Oloy for whatever help he can provide. Hopefully we don't have to escape every time either. But you know, this has the... oh, it's gonna collapse, run! Journal.
Dr. Oloy must have been indoctrinated by the Reapers. I found him sending our data to a Geth ship. I won't be responsible for another Geth attack, another Eden Prime. I've silenced Oloy. Forever.
Okay, so he killed Oloy. No money, okay.
This might be useful.
Malak damage, okay.
It's too late for me. They're still in my head, stealing my thoughts. I can't keep them out. I've got no choice but to destroy this relic. And myself.
Okay, so we killed a self. Good to know. Oh, shit. Oh, I saw it. It was too late. Luckily, they come up again. Would never understand the deal I made with the collectors. He's obsessed with these Protheans. He would sacrifice everything to learn their secrets. It nearly cost me my life, but I did it for you, Helen. To ensure you remain safe. The damn collectors agreed to spare your colony in exchange for this Prothean find. I can only hope you remained innocent of any of this ugly business. It was all for you. Dr. Robert Oloy. Okay. Sure got tiny. Looks better than the movie. Alright, Dr. Case's research station found. Prothean artifact recovered. We got squad bonus plus 6% biotic damage, 7,500 credits, and some elements here. Nothing crazy, to be honest. We can research the biotic damage, though, before we end it.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Oh. To alert security breach from Project Firewalker. That was a close one on Kurumto Shepard. A disturbing fact has come to light in analyzing the channel you used to transmit your findings. Unauthorized transmissions have been sent from the MSV Rosalia to an unknown destination. It's assumed that this is how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case and Oloy. The data you retrieved gives us a definite location for Dr. Case's Prothean site. The Doctor was certain that the site had a Prothean revelation of enormous significance. It is recommended you head there as soon as possible to counter any Geth retrieval missions already in play. Historic discovery from Project Firewalker. The burst of energy that coincided with your retrieval of the Prothean artifact contained coded information. Most of the data was beyond our ability to track, but the threads we were able to decrypt have provided new adventures for research on energy transfer and biotics. It will keep the scientists busy for years to come. The data indicates that the artifact is currently inert and not dangerous. We wonder, however, that if Dr. Case had more time, would he have unlocked its secrets? We will continue his research. A landmark find for humanity. Good work, Shepard. Damn it, I went the wrong way again. Biotic damage, the last one. Kelly, anything about my fish?
I had a wonderful chat with your friend Tally. She's not what I expected from her psych report. I like her.
Me too.
Tally's a good friend. We've been through a lot together.
My female intuition says she wants to be more than just good friends.
I always felt there might have been some chemistry there.
There is. It's in her body language. How she turns to you when you enter the room. How she watches your every move. Quarians are so fascinating to me. But they also make me a little sad.
Why do they make you sad?
Their environment suits are so beautiful, but with their immune systems, they're trapped inside. I wonder what they look like under those helmets, or what their skin feels like under those suits.
Well.
Are you attracted to other species?
Well, part of my job is predicting the motives and feelings of humans and aliens. Intimacy brings understanding. And passion is nice wherever you find it. Character matters, not race or gender. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Good luck out there, Shepard.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end it. But when we come back... We got here just in time. Let's see, let's get to the place that we'll be going to. We have Firewalker Geth Incursion and Project Overlord over here. And acquire Reaper IFF and Firewalker Artifact collection over there, so this is the one we'll go to first. Ooh, there's Typhon and Chromos. I guess we'll go to Chromos first. Oh, there's also Salahil that we haven't explored. Okay, so go ahead and save it. 46 hours and 51 minutes is what we've been playing, so hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day, and I'll see you.